Welcome to Money TV. I'm Money, and I'm going to be previewing the Euro 2020. We're going to be taking a look at some of the strongest squads in the tournament, starting with the Netherlands. Let's get into it. I love the Netherlands. What can I say? I'm their fan, and that's why I want to get this one out of the way first. Because honestly, I'm not so confident going into this tournament because the manager, man, De Boer is just, he doesn't know what he's doing. And all the time he's making tweaks, changes, all kinds of random stuff with a team that seemed to be working just fine under Ronald Koeman, who was the previous manager, who got snapped up by Barcelona. And as soon as De Boer came in, everything looks a little off, everything looks a little shaky. And to be honest with you, I don't think this is the man to lead this nation to any kind of glory. And the Netherlands are usually known as the best team to have never won a tournament, major honors. And I guess it's true in some ways. And this squad is a new generation. They're moving on from the likes of Robin, Schneider, Van Persie, and it's a whole new generation of players that on paper are very talented, but for some reason the chemistry in the team is not there. So let's take a look at the squad, the 26-man final squad that's been called up. Let's take a look at it and see who's going. So taking a look at this squad, and there's one big miss that I think most of you probably know about, and that's Virgil van Dijk. Virgil van Dijk has been out for almost the whole season with Liverpool after a very bad knee injury, and basically he's just starting to slowly get back into things, and he will definitely not be ready for this tournament. And that is a massive miss for the Netherlands, because Van Dijk is a great defender, and we have seen that in Liverpool, and even for the Netherlands during the Ronald Koeman and through the entire qualifiers. Van Dijk was very, very good alongside some of the other center backs that Netherlands have got. Now, they do still have two very excellent center backs, which is Stefan de Vrij and obviously Matthias de Ligt. They are very good, and they have been playing well at a club level. De Vrij more than de Ligt in the Italian league, I would say. But both are excellent center backs. The problem with that, having two very excellent center backs, and why everybody is kind of a little bit not happy with what De Boer is doing, is that De Boer is insisting on playing with a back three system. And when you have two great center backs, but you need three spaces to fill, it can become sometimes unbalanced. They have the likes of veterans like Daley Blind, and also they have a good backup in Nathan Ake. So you can't see how they're gonna line up in a back three, but it's taken away a little bit from their front end. And to be honest with you, this team looks a little bit gun shy to me. It seems like the only place that they're most likely going to score from is Memphis Depay, and he can be a very, very good player on his day, but sometimes can go missing at times. And if everybody's relying on him for the goals, it's gonna be difficult. Obviously, there is Weghorst, I don't know how to pronounce that properly, but he's had a great season with Wolfsburg. He's coming in. He's more of a target man, central striker who probably would feed off of a great delivery and probably need to make those deliveries and get the ball to him in order for him to do anything. In midfield, they have one of the best midfielders in the world in Frankie de Jong, and he's proved that at Barcelona now. So there's definitely no doubt that this boy is absolute class, and he will go on to become definitely one of the legends for Netherlands. I mean, he's already at an extremely high level, playing at extremely high level. So they definitely do have a great midfield with Frankie de Jong, Wijnaldum, who's been a little bit on and off this season with Liverpool, but still a great player. They have Martin de Roon, who holds midfield for them, and he's a very tough player as well. They have enough to have a strong 11, but I don't see more depth there, and that could be a problem because they're dealing with some injuries. Obviously, I already talked about how Van Dijk is out. Matthias de Ligt also picked up an injury in their last game, friendly game, and he could be a little bit of a doubt, but it doesn't seem that serious. Hopefully it's not. So they have just about enough to scrape by, and I feel as though they'll do okay in their group, which we'll get to next. But this team is not looking like one of the better squads in the tournament. Now let's take a look at their group and see how they might fare. So the Netherlands are in Group C, as you can see, and they're with Austria, North Macedonia, and Ukraine. Now, North Macedonia, no offense to them, but they seem to be one of the weakest sides in the tournament, maybe the weakest side in the tournament, perhaps. And I'm not seeing a strong outing from them. Ukraine have had a fantastic qualifying run. They have been doing well. They have a bunch of informed players, such as Zinchenko, who was recently in a Champions League final, and they might cause a few problems for them. Austria as well, they have a bunch of solid players coming out of the Bundesliga, such as Alaba, Leimer, and they have a bunch of good players that are also doing well in the Bundesliga and are in form. So Austria are definitely going to be no pushovers. It's going to be interesting to see how they fare against this group as well. Austria could have something to say in this group, but we'll see. I'm guessing that the Netherlands should be able to get by this group rather easily, but I still see them stumbling a little bit at times, perhaps against Ukraine, but they should get out of this group. All right, so we talked about the group, we talked about the squad. Let's talk about a little bit about the Netherlands. The Netherlands, what can I say? I would love for them to pick up some sort of silverware, make a run in a major tournament, and after that heartbreak loss to Spain in the World Cup, it's all seems to be a little bit shaky, and that was probably the closest that they'll probably get in a long time to some sort of prize. And it's going to be interesting to see how they perform. My biggest question, obviously, is around the manager, the Boer. I don't know if he is the right man to lead this. Now, this will probably be a theme with a lot of the other countries that I'm going to be previewing about their managers. International managers are hard to come by, to be honest with you. And when I think about international football managers, not one or two or three names kind of ring to my head as being, you know, the top echelons that have done it, and everybody looks to them for international management. You don't see a lot of that in international management. So I think it has a lot to do with how the inner football associations work within a country, and you know, the type of relationships the players have with each other, with the FA, and all kinds of things going on in there. And this will most likely be a theme with many of the countries that we're going to be talking about. But that's it for the Netherlands. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be uploading often throughout the Euro 2020s. I'm going to have other country previews coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. But have a great day, enjoy the Euros, and I'll see you next time.